This is the first class in Advanced IDC, and I want to start at the very beginning. Having logged into the Suffolk University Virtual Desktop, it's really important to understand this before anything else. There's a message on the screen that appears when you log in. This desktop is temporary workspace. It isn't backed up. Save all files to OneDrive. What does that mean? It means that if you leave work here without removing it on a regular basis at the end of the day, at a minimum, at least, there's no guarantee that it's going to be there the next day. There's no more clear way to explain that. It's a temporary environment. It's a volatile environment. So you have to, on a regular basis, go to your OneDrive, sign into your OneDrive, and any files that you want to work on, you need to download, and then when you're done working on them, you upload them. So let's say that I want to upload work I've done in a folder called IDC 2016 Model Documents. That's the model we're going to be creating this coming fall. And we're going to learn all about how to work with SketchUp, but most importantly and firstly, okay, I want to save this folder to my OneDrive file. So I've opened up a subfolder into which I want to store them. And I'm going to very simply drag this over to my files in OneDrive, release it, and what it's doing, or what it's done, what it's doing is uploading those files and updating those files. So when I open this folder, the files in it show up here. I can't stress enough how important this is. So if I were going the other way, I would select one of these files or an entire folder and copy it down to my desktop. If you select more than one file, it'll create a zip file, which is a compressed file with all the files in it, and you'll have to uncompress it on your desktop. This coming week, everything from the desktop is going to be eliminated. You've been warned about that, so you may want to, if you haven't already, made plans to back up that work. Let's see what happens if I were to highlight that folder and say download. Practice this so that you understand. It says downloading IDC model documents.zip. Right? So here it is. You can right click and say show in folder if you're more comfortable with that. I like doing that. And then you can double click this and extract to your downloads. Let's call it something different. Well, I'll just keep that name. 5.9. Okay, so if I go to my downloads, folder, there's my IDEC model documents. Usually what I want to do is move this to work in a default directory that SketchUp or Revit or whatever you're working in quickly realizes. So if we move it to Documents, let me do that again. From Downloads, I'll open two windows for this, and I'm taking this folder and moving it to a copy to Documents. Oh, it's already there. I'm sorry, I did that. Fine. Let's close this. There's a lot of junk in here. There's the folder, and these are the files I'm going to be working with. These are AutoCAD files, which VDI doesn't understand AutoCAD file types. You really have to start AutoCAD every time you log in. So let's examine in AutoCAD, start AutoCAD. These are shortcuts which you can create. Shortcuts are icon representations of the program that you can double click on to load the program. So, and now I'm going to, there's a couple ways you could do this. One way to open these documents is to drag a file into AutoCAD, or you can open it directly. Okay, so here's the drawing that we're going to load into SketchUp. I have an annotated version of this as well. It's just got a few more notes in it. I'll show you what that looks like. Oop, I didn't mean to load it here. I meant to open a new window for it. Never mind. Okay, so because I'm using the Documents directory, I can quickly find that folder. There's my annotated version. Looks like I put some other stuff in it. Let's see. Yeah, I have combined this AutoCAD with some other CAD drawings that I've worked on professionally, just to get layers in place that we might use, and to split up, to create a grid over this plan drawing, so that we might use it to more carefully plan out or lay out the aisles of the library that we intend to develop in order to learn advanced IDC. We're not going for a milestone in interior design where the goal of it is to learn. The goal of the course is to learn SketchUp, to develop competency in SketchUp so that you can prototype interior space. laying out shelves and that sort of thing allows you to think about aisles, you know, the residual space between the shelves and that sort of thing. And so that's what we'll do. So this is the AutoCAD file, or this is an annotated version of that AutoCAD file. I'll probably do the next video. I'll start with this simple drawing and show you how to bring that into SketchUp.